Well, good evening, Sydney, and welcome to the second night of the 2021 Federation Rodeo Challenge here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. And we stage this world's richest rodeo here in the best and most unique rodeo arena in this country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have got for you tonight the best Australian bucking stock matched up against the best Australian cowboys that come from all walks of life. But before we get underway here tonight, it gives me great pleasure to introduce a young lady that will perform our Australian national anthem, Miss Paige Peters. So Sydney, if I could please ask you all to be upstanding, and gentlemen, if you could please remove your hats.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by seas. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair. Beneath our radiant Southern Cross, we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For those who've come across the seas with boundless plains to share, with courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Ah, what a great voice. That is a lovely Miss Paige Peters. Hey, Sydney, it is rodeo time. Well, we'd like to welcome into the arena our professional pickup riders, the best pickup team in Australia, folks. Make them welcome from the Upper Horton of New South Wales, Peter and David Kelly. All right, it's a bareback riding, the suicide event of Australian rodeo. This is where the guys will place their hand into a suitcase rigging. They're going to pull it all the way through there. It's going to be locked and loaded there for a wild 8-second ride. They're going to lay back and look to spur the horse up the shoulders. Right from the point of the shoulder, right through to the handle of the rigging where his hand is placed. Our first man is Clayton Gatt from Singleton. He's a 20-year-old bareback rider. Cool Waters. It's a horse that he has drawn the first matchup here in night number 2 of the Federation Rodeo. Let's watch him, the 20-year-old bareback rider. Yes, come on, Clayton, let's put it together. Well, he's in trouble. Well, folks, that situation could have been a whole lot worse, but that professionalism, that young cowboy gets himself out of a sticky bind. But unfortunately, the Singleton cowboy is down early before the 8-second requirement. You'll notice in all of our rough stock events here tonight, whether it be bull riding, saddle bronc riding, and here in the bareback riding, the competitor must ride his livestock for 8 seconds. Now, I'd also like to welcome into the arena here tonight our 2 professional rodeo judges from Jerry's Plains here in New South Wales, Mr. Dale Carter, and former Australian saddle bronc riding champion from Tamworth, Mr. Robert Bandy. Okay, we're going to go to Tom Webster. He's drawn the pretty paint horse from the Gill Brothers Rodeo Company. This is Cowboy Kiss. Look at this man set his feet. Absolutely picture perfect. Oh boy, Sydney, that is what it is all about on a third-generation bucking horse. We watch Peter Kelly slide forward. Sydney, give it up for the man from Injune, Queensland. Well, all of these cowboys love to hear the sounds from the crowd. That is simply superb. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the numbers that come through, he's going to scream to the lead, 85 points. You know, that's a young man that we've seen come of age in the bareback riding, only a newcomer to the sport of bareback riding over the past 12 months. 85 points. We've got a total of 100 points to work with. Out of our two professional rodeo judges, they'll be looking for the style of the cowboy. They'll be looking for the degree of difficulty, how many moves, how high the horse kicks and jumps for that 8 seconds. Now, we're going to go to Brodie Adams from Rockhampton, Queensland. He has drawn Shaken All Over. He was second place in the bareback riding here last night, and this is a good, solid horse, Shaken All Over. Well, he has blown his hand clean out of the rigging here tonight. The boy from the beef capital of Australia up there in central Queensland has been put on a good one here tonight from the Gill Brothers Rodeo Company. No score in round number 2 of our $80,000 Federation Rodeo. What do you say we move down to chute number 3? We're going to go to Clint Pickering, a 34-year-old bareback rider from Manila. Beersheba. It's a matchup that Pickering is looking to conquer here tonight. He was bucked off in round number 1. So Pickering is looking to make a redemption here in round number 2 tonight. Beersheba, another one of these solid horses out here in the bareback riding tonight. You talk about a fist fight with a rigging. Here is a man that has been a former runner-up Australian champion. Watch the spurring leg. Come on, Clint. Let's hang it out. Well, the father of two. He's on the comeback here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show this year. His lovely wife, Lucy. And now we watch our two professional pickup riders, Peter and David Kelly, moving to position and going to put him safely on the arena surface. Pickering, you can smile because you've got a big score coming through as we wait for the numbers. And we're going to score a 69 for Clint Pickering, 69 here tonight. All right, folks, whatever you do, sit your popcorn down. Don't miss this next man. This is the winner of the bareback riding here last night. This is Fred Osman from Cameron's Corner, out there in the far west of New South Wales. And he has drawn Stefan, a horse that's owned by Trevor Nash and campaigned by the Gill Brothers Rodeo Company. This is the kind of horse you give the boy that's dating your daughter. Let's watch. Osman, a former Australian champion. Stefan, two great champions going at it. Yes, he made it. He has made it here tonight, Sydney. One of the veterans of the bareback riding, but he is a leader in this event. How about a big round of applause and welcome the man from Cameron's Corner. Well, Sydney, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but my two professional rodeo judges are saying the Cowboy's free hand has come in contact with the horse before the end of the 8-second ride. So that is a disqualification. So Osman here in round number 2 will go out with a no score, unfortunately. We're going to move down to the 4 times Australian bareback riding champion. He comes from a little town in southwestern Queensland called Wandoan. This is Dave Horsfeld. And the bay horse that he has drawn tonight, this is Mistaken Identity. Now you watch this man set his feet. He is picture perfect. He is sharp. He is crisp. Well, I tell you what, Sydney, you are seeing the best of the best here in Australian professional rodeo. And Dave Horsfeld loves to hear the sounds from the crowd. How about a round of applause? Yes, sir, they're riding these broncs well here tonight. We'll wait for the numbers to come through. 85 points, Tommy Webster. Webster is the man that leads the race. All right, we've got a score of 76 points, 76. That'll be good enough here tonight for, I do believe, second place, 76. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that winds down our bareback riding here tonight, but a big congratulations must go to the winner of the competition with 84 points, Tom Webster. Hey, Tom, congratulations here tonight. It was a great ride, Cowboy Kiss. Have you ever been on Cowboy Kiss before?
Thanks, Jake. No, never been on Cowboy Kiss. I've been on a few colts at Eddie's that are by that horse, and they're all really nice to get on, so I was glad to get that draw tonight. She was really good.
And you having a good time down here at the show? You rode last night, probably not the way you wanted to be, bucked off, but you've come back bigger and better here tonight in front of this wonderful crowd, and aren't they a wonderful crowd here tonight, Tom?
Yeah, I let one get the better of me last night, but yeah, I'm glad to turn the table tonight and be able to ride good. We come down here a fair bit, love the Sydney show. It's always a good time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how about another big round of applause? The winner of the bareback riding from Injune, Queensland, Tom Webster. All right, we're going to move down to the other end of our Federation Rodeo Arena because it is now time for our steer wrestling. There'll be two sections of our steer wrestling here tonight. The first man that is making his way into the time event box, it's going to be Jack Hedlund, the man from Junee. And his brother Matt will be the man that will be doing the hazing duties. Okay, so the barrier's set. You can see there's a rope placed at the time event box at waist height. That is what they call the barrier. If the cowboy doesn't allow the livestock the mandatory 10-foot head start, they will get a 10-second penalty to their official time, take them out of the competition. Okay, these Hedlund boys, they know how to rodeo. They're tough. They're strong. Jack Hedlund, he's got him down. First man out is successful, and we are looking at a time of 6.3. 6 and 3. To set the stage here in the steer wrestling tonight. If you were with us last night, Jockbone Langdon was the man that won the competition with a time of 5.2 seconds. Heath Nichols, the Australian champion, is a man that has presented our steers for our steer wrestling event. We talk about an event that was formerly known as the big men's event of rodeo. Nowadays, the smaller guys can dominate this event because it's all about technique. Let's come down to a man that's been snake bit with injuries over his short career. This is Brian B. from Camden. All right, he was a 8 and 3 last night. He knows he's got to tidy it up. He's got to be early threes to win the competition tonight. Come on, Brian B. A man that's got to stand twice to make a shadow. Now, this steer's going to cart him a fair way down the arena. But his power, his strength, Sydney, he needs your help. Yes, he got there. That's try. That is try. And a 14.4, 14 and 4. And Brian, along with all of our cowboys, will feed off your electricity, Sydney. So the louder you can clap, the harder you can scream, the harder the cowboy tries. Well, it's a 3 times Australian champion now making his way into the time event box. This is Riley Gibb from Charters Towers in North Queensland. Rides a chestnut, Australian quarter horse called Brody. He was 6.2 seconds last night, and that's seen him pick up a 3rd place check. Matt Headland, his good friend, will be doing the hazing duties. All right, let's see what the Charters Towers North Queensland 3 times Australian champion. Well, he's a 2nd generation cowboy. And I tell you what, Riley, we've got a time coming through on the clock. How about 5 seconds flat? 5 flat. Riley Gibb takes the lead. Well, we're going to go to the man that won the round here last night from Singleton. This is Jock Bone Langdon. All right, Jock, the equation's pretty simple. Got to be under 5 seconds to take the lead. All right, he knows he's got the horse to do it on. He knows he's got the surface, the best rodeo arena in Australia, here at the Giant Stadium. He's got the steer to do it on. Drawn the black steer, looks for a forward motion. Okay, they're off now. Jock Bone Langdon, he's a little wide, but he's made ground. Come on, Jock, gets back to his feet. Now, he's got to lay him down. Sydney, he needs your support. Man, so close, but yet so far. Folks, I tell you what, we cannot fix him up physically, but we can fix him up emotionally. How about a round of applause for that man from Singleton? That's Jock Bone Langdon. He is a competitor. And he'll be a little disappointed, but we will see him back here tomorrow night for round number 3 as this rodeo just keeps evolving. It just keeps evolving, and now we are going to move back to the rough stock chutes because we have our saddle bronc riders ready to do battle. All right, we welcome back into the arena our pickup riders, Peter and David Kelly. The saddle bronc riding last night. Tom Knight was 84 points. He won the event. Then we went to a 78, Jack Capewell, and then a 76, Josh Barnett. They were the 3 scores that were posted last night. We're going to come down to chute number 4 here in our Federation chutes for Cameron Webster, a former Australian saddle bronc riding champion. He and his wife Sarah have made the trip down here to the Sydney Royal Easter Show this year, and it's lovely to welcome Cameron and Sarah. Now tonight Cameron has drawn Double D, the little baldy horse from the Gill Brothers Rodeo Company. Now you watch this man as he looks to spur the horse from the point of the shoulder right through to the back of the saddle. All right, we're going to leave that one up to our 2 professional rodeo judges, Peter and David Kelly. Okay, David Kelly takes a hold of the horse. David Kelly here tonight is riding his little bay horse called Credit. This horse is sired by a great horse called One More Playboy. And, of course, Brother Peter is riding a bay horse called Kevy, and he is by Warrenbri Wrangler, who was by the all-time great Australian stock horse sire in Romeo. All right, we've got a score coming through for our last man, Cameron Webster, 73. 73 are the numbers. All right, here's a big kid, but a good kid. This is Ben Maiden from Tamworth. Electric Chair. All right, here is another one of these horses that kicks a little, kicks a lot. throughout the course of the 8-second ride. Let's watch Maidem Solomark out. Okay, now he has tapped off the former Australian champion. Let's do it, Ben. Oh boy, we are in for a great night here in our saddle bronc riding when two former Australian champions come out and put on an absolute clinic. We look to our two professional rodeo judges. Unfortunately, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, they are telling me that Maidem failed to place the heels of his boots at the horse's shoulder, at the point of the horse's shoulder, first jump into the arena. That is what we call a mark-out rule, and he has failed to do that. So unfortunately here tonight, Maidem will go out with a no score. All right, we slide up to chute number 6. Jack Capewell from Rosewood, Queensland is next to go. 5 times National Rodeo Association saddle bronc riding champion, and it's just magic. He is one of the cool customers on the Australian rodeo circuit. Capewell, the little bay horse, waits no time. Man, the champion is in trouble. And he is down early here tonight, folks, coming down very, very hard. But Capewell lives to fight another day. But Sydney, how about a round of applause for his efforts here tonight? It might make him feel just that little bit better. That is a surprise in the competition. Capewell coming down before the 8 seconds. And once again, don't our pickup riders do a great job? Peter and David Kelly. That's why they work the biggest rodeo here in Australia, the Federation Rodeo, the best in the business. As we move down to the next load of chutes for the next cowboy, this will be Tom Knight, the winner of the round here last night with a great score of 84 points. A big long-legged kid. He's very quietly spoken. So when he speaks, you better be listening because he won't tell you twice. All right, he's got a chute fighter. He's got a chute fighter. You watch the professionalism there of David Kelly. The pickup rider just rides his horse forward to chute number 3 just to calm the horse down, show him a little bit of a mate. But that won't faze this man, Tom Knight. He's grown up on the back of horses. Mum and Dad, Lindsay and Jen, of course, they were the owners of the great Australian stock horse in Romeo and Omega. Dad's won a Warwick Gold Cup, most famous camp draft in Australia. Okay, they're telling me they're going to slide. We're going to slide down to the real larrikin on the Australian rodeo circuit. This is Greg Hamilton, a 35-year-old contract musterer from out there at Mitchell, a little town situated halfway between Roma and Charleville. Now, Greg Hamilton here tonight has drawn another one of these pretty paint horses that goes by the name of Cowboy Rose. Hamilton is in the driver's seat. I had the pleasure of watching this man win the saddle bronc riding at Gracemere, just outside of Rockhampton, back on New Year's Eve. Let's see what he can do. That pretty little paint, the 90-point kicker, and Hamilton is tapped off. Yes, sir. Hey, folks, what about the dismount? He's pretty happy. How about it, Greg Hamilton? Well, these cowboys have come from wide and far, from all parts and all walks of life in Australia. There is a man that's grown up on the back of horses. Numbers coming through from one side. We're going to check the numbers from the other side as they filter through. And we have a score for Greg Hamilton, 79 points to the lead. All right, Josh Barnett, former winner of the Federation Shootout here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show, and it's Jailhouse Rock. Barnett is trying to build on that score from last night of 76 points. We've watched this man not only compete in the Federation Rodeo, but he also competes in the Camp Draft here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show each and every year. He is a true fair dinkum all-round horseman. Now, Jailhouse Rock has carried a lot of cowboys to big wins at all the major rodeos in Australia. Barnett is looking to make it work tonight in front of this wonderful crowd on Good Friday, and he has done it. He has weathered the storm. Once again, our saddle bronc riders putting on an absolute clinic. Now, the Australian title has eluded Josh Barnett over the last few years, but can 2021 be his year? Well, folks, survey says tonight for the cowboy called Barnett, 84 points. The leader, 84. Final man to go. And he knows that he has got the horse to do it on here tonight. Tom Knight, secret event. Okay, he was 84 points here last night to win the big prize purse. What can he do tonight? The cowboy from Manila, Barnett, is the leader with that marking of 84, but can Knight surpass him? He's got the horse at it on. Let's see what he can do. Tommy Knight. He's a little wild. He's a little western. No. Well, secret event has dislodged probably the hottest young saddle bronc rider on the Australian professional rodeo circuit. Hey, Sydney, I tell you what, he will remember your round of applause here tonight. Lay it on him. Thanks, Sydney. What a wonderful crowd we have got here tonight. And we are going to... So, 84 points. The winner of the saddle bronc riding here tonight will be Josh Barnett. Then we go to a 79, Greg Hamilton. What a great round of saddle bronc riding. But folks, how about a big round of applause for our professional pickup riders, Peter and David Kelly. Don't they do a great job? And we look forward to welcoming those guys back into the Giant Stadium here tomorrow night. Well, it's back to the Bulldog, the steer wrestling as it's known in rodeo terms. 5 seconds, Riley Gibb, the 3 times Australian champion, is the man that leads the race here in round number 2. We've got 4 to go. We've got Travis Munro, Glenn Chape, Matt Headland. Well, Travis Munro from Townsville in Queensland. A man that's rodeoed and flown our flag proudly on the Canadian rodeo circuit. Won a title at Manitoba in Canada a few years ago. He has got Jack Headland doing the hazing duties. It's great to have this cowboy down here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show this year. Okay, Munro, he's got a good steer. And he makes every post a winner. And folks, we have a brand new leader. How about 4.7? All right, it's Glenn Chape. 5.8 seconds last night. Next to go. All right, boys and girls, we can see the bucking chutes being loaded once again here tonight. We have our bull riding event. coming up straight after the next two cowboys here in the steer wrestling event, so do not go anywhere. The crowd favourite, the great event of bull riding, coming up very shortly. But right now, we are focusing on Glen Chape from Corinda in Western New South Wales. A second-generation cowboy. His father, Russell, was a former Australian champion. Let's watch him. Good grey steer. Come on, Glen. Yes. And he is from New South Wales cowboy. And we have got a time coming through. 4.1, brand new leader. What a great run, Chape. Makes it count here tonight. Won the steer wrestling here back in 2019 at our last Federation Rodeo. And a 4-1 sees him in the lead. Well, there's one man remaining. He is a veteran and he is a leader. This is Matt Headland from Junee here in New South Wales. And he will be hazed by his brother Jack Headland. Won the steer wrestling event here in 2018. So the arena is set. And it's pretty easy to follow, because if this man wants to win the second round of the Federation Rodeo, he has got to be better than 4.1. All right, we've got a malfunction at the gate. Rerun. That man will get to do it one more time. He had himself psyched to only have one shot at that steer. But right now, in his mind, he has got to reset the situation. Here's a man that has competed at the highest level on the Australian rodeo circuit. Picked up a big win at Rockhampton in Queensland back in January of this year. Of course, no competitions last year. So these guys have been attending as many rodeos as they possibly could before this year's Federation Rodeo, to blow out a few cobwebs, to settle the nerves. But Matt is riding an Australian quarter horse called Texas. Now, to be a good steer wrestler, you've got to have a good horse. And that's what this horse is. Multi-times Australian Horse of the Year. Okay, Matty Headland got himself a shot. Come on, Matt, take him by the nose. No. Well, folks, the look on that man says it all. How about a big round of applause, though, for Matt Headland for the try, the determination, and all of our steer wrestlers that have done such a great job here tonight. Well, Sydney, just before we head back to the bucking chutes here tonight, it gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of round number 2 of our Federation Steer Wrestling, Glen Chape from Corinda. Hey, Glen, another great run here tonight.
Oh, yeah, mate, I had a pretty good steer, and we got the feel for it last night, so hopefully it gets better from here.
I tell you what a great rodeo this is here at the Federation Rodeo. You know, a big crowd here on Good Friday here in Sydney, this great, unique rodeo arena. It doesn't get much better than this, does it?
No, mate, we missed it last year, and we're happy to be back.
Well, it's great to see some rain out in your part of the country. Hope you enjoy Sydney. How about a big round of applause once again, Glen Chape, the winner of the steer wrestling. All right, Sydney, it only happens once a year here in the Giant Stadium, and that is bull riding. So, Sydney, I'm going to ask you here on this beautiful Good Friday evening, are you ready for bull riding? Well, I tell you what, there's over 40,000 people here in the house tonight. Let's try that one more time. Sydney, are you ready for bull riding? That's it. Let's keep the electricity pumping here tonight as we welcome into the arena our two lifesavers, our protection athletes from Rosewood here in New South Wales, Cody Hot Dog Hemmon, and the Australian Protection Athlete of the Year, Mr. Josh Burks. Here we go. Let's go. This is Tyson Smith, Walker. The bull that Tyson was on here tonight is a bull called Resurrection. And the black, white-faced bull has put the Walker Cowboy to the ground. Once again, like our bareback riding and our saddle bronc riding, the Cowboy must ride his livestock for 8 seconds. And folks, have a look at the wonderful condition that our livestock have been turned out in here tonight. They are fed twice a day. They are well cared for. And that bull, he means business. He has just had a big victory because he has dislodged probably one of the hottest young bull riders on the Australian rodeo circuit in the bull riding ranks in Tyson Smith. All right, we get the arena clear. Well done, boys. Great job. Our protection athletes. Well, the man that's warming his tail of the rope up right now is Kyle Hall. Singleton. The Lower Hunter Valley here in New South Wales. Have we got anybody here tonight from Singleton? All right, well, here is your man. This is your man. We need you to be hot on this man tonight. And it's Black Sand. Well, here is a bull that has only been ridden 3 times in its professional rodeo career. So Kyle Hall is looking to turn the table. He is looking to swing the momentum, so to speak. Hall is looking for a big crowd behind him in Sydney. So folks, when the gate cracks, let's make some noise. Let's help him. Come on. Left foot coming up. What about the work of our protection athletes? I said they were the best in the business. That's Josh Burks, Cody Hot Dog Hammond, and folks, they love a round of applause as well. Josh has been an Australian Protection Athlete of the Year on 2 separate occasions. And Cody Hot Dog Hammond, one of the real nice guys from down there in Tumbarumba, here in southern New South Wales. And speaking of one of the real nice kids on the Australian rodeo circuit, we are looking at him right now. This is Dylan Weir. I tell you what, when you send this cowboy a text message, he answers you by saying, yes, sir, no, sir. That is a kid that is raised right from Tumut, the famous little rodeo town here in New South Wales, and it is back in business. Now, Dylan Weir was second in round number 1 here last night with 79 points. Can he go 2 for 2? What an Easter present that would be for this young man if he can ride 2 bulls of the first 2 nights of the Federation Rodeo. But he wants some help. He wants some help from Sydney. Well, the bull comes out. He went to the right. He faked back to the left. And he is too strong for the runner-up Australian bull riding champion in 2019. Dylan Weir is going out of round number 2 with a no score. We're going to go on a trip now with the man from Tamworth. This is Daniel Rogan. All right, Rogan, second-generation bull rider from Tamworth, and he has drawn Ghost, the grey ghost here tonight. Rogan was oh so close last night. He was 7.8 seconds, but it doesn't count because you've got to ride them for 8 seconds. That's when you earn yourself a paycheck. All right, we've seen this man win some of the biggest bull rides in this country, including Cloncurry in Western Queensland. What can he do tonight? Ghost, Rogan, come on, Sydney. He wants to hear from you. Well, the Tamworth Cowboy is down early in the competition, and it is the Grey Ghost. Look at the condition of that bull. A wonderful big set of horns that scares a bull rider as well. And Rogan will walk out of the Giants Stadium a little disappointed. Hey Sydney, are you enjoying the bull riding tonight? All right, because we are enjoying bringing it to you. Now, we're going to go to Lachlan Little, the second generation bull rider from Blaney here in New South Wales. He won the bull riding here last night. It's his first time to the Sydney show. Well, in professional rodeo, folks, 1 minute you're on top of the world, the next minute you're a feather duster. And Lachlan Little, he went from winning the bull riding here last night with 82 points, right now to being bucked off with a no score. The bull that he was on there tonight from the Gill Brothers Rodeo Company was the bull called Bang On. All right, Burks, Josh Burks are going to try and draw this bull's attention. All right, we're going to let a few buddies out with him to draw him back to the backyards. Well, we've been bragging about it all night tonight here in our federation, but the condition of these rodeo stock, over the last couple of years, we've suffered the worst drought in history here in New South Wales. These stock, they hail at Upper Horton here in New South Wales, and they're bred for rodeo. These aren't the average bulls that you see at the sale yards or in the Grand Parade earlier on this afternoon. These are rodeo athletes. Well, folks, this is the final man here tonight in the bull riding that is looking to be our first qualified ride. Brendan Kelly, the third generation bull rider from Upper Horton here in New South Wales, and it is Heart Attack. Sydney, when the gate cracks, I am going to hand it over to you. He wants to hear plenty of screams. He wants to hear plenty of hoop and hollers as he looks to get a qualified ride. Now this man is attending his first rodeo here at Sydney, but it won't be his last. Well, the 19-year-old bull rider from Upper Horton give it 120% here tonight. But once again, Heart Attack has claimed another victim on the Australian professional rodeo circuit, and he has done it here at Australia's richest rodeo, the Federation, for 2021.